Hey friends, welcome to the Stress Sleep Connection series. And this is a series where we explore every week a deep dive into, well, not deep, but because we make it very short because I know how busy everyone is. But we explore subtopics that are related to stress and sleep so that we can then learn natural solutions for how to deal with these things and age well, because that's what my goal is, and that's what I think everyone's goal is to age well. So I'm Rebecca Russell, and I am a certified essential oil specialist, and I used to be challenged with worry, chronic worry, racing brain at night, and those two things led to sleep struggles. So I have figured out solutions for all three things. So, and when I meet with other people for their wellness consults or health scans, these two things, stress and sleep, keep coming up time after time. So I thought I'd do a Facebook series that would address the many different ways that these two big topics affect our health. So tonight we're going to talk about the effect of screens, the blue screens, the blue light, on our sleep and stress. So whether your brain won't shut off at bedtime, or you're waking up through the night, or you wake up not feeling rested even if you've slept 7 or 8 hours, I've got you. We've got this covered. So let's get into this then about how screen time, especially at night, disrupts your sleep and your hormones, your nervous system, and how natural tools can help you unwind, unplug, and reclaim your sleep. So whether it's emails keeping you up at night, on the screen, binge watching, doom scrolling before bed, our devices are quietly overtaking our brains and making them overwork and throwing us off our sleep signals. So let's unpack what's going on and then talk about solutions. So you might think scrolling is relaxing, but your brain does not. And here's why. Melatonin is your sleep hormone, which you probably already know if you've been watching this series, and it rises when it gets dark. So screens emit blue light, which mimics sunlight, and that tells your brain to stay awake, the exact opposite. And so even a few minutes of screen time before bed can delay melatonin release up to 90 minutes. I did not realize it was that long till I got this class together. So I love learning right along with you, but that's pretty huge, 90 minutes. So if you suffer from the racing brain thing at night like I used to, that's a big deal that you're not having that melatonin help you out. So the other thing is the mental overstimulation, and that leads into stress, which then affects sleep. So doom scrolling, intense TV shows. I know sometimes if I'm watching, a cop show or something, then my dreams are not, they're not peaceful. And, it creates a sense of urgency, and your brain stays in problem-solving mode, which is not what you need at night. You want the rest mode. So the result is you may fall asleep quickly, like always, but you stay wired mentally, and that may mean that you wake up around 2 or 3 in the morning, and then you can't get back to sleep because your mind is racing. So what are the signs that screen time may be sabotaging your sleep? Well, you could feel sleepy and then not be able to fall asleep once your head hits that pillow. You could wake up in the middle of the night with that racing mind. You could feel groggy in the morning even though you've slept 7 to 8 hours. And then this is a big one. You reach for the phone first thing, which I hope you do not have right next to your bed, because we know the EMF is not good. We don't need to have that constant reminder there. Turn off your alarm on your watch so you're not getting all the alerts, right? So, but if you reach for your phone first thing in the morning and you feel anxious if don't get to it right away, or make a promise to yourself that you're not going to check messages, and that just makes you anxious, then that could be a pretty big sign that you're getting a little too much screen time in there. I do listen to I do turn my phone on pretty quickly after I get up, but it's mostly to listen to a guided meditation, affirmations, something like that. It's not, I try not to check the emails and the text messages unless there's something I'm really needing to find out if someone canceled or confirmed an appointment or something. But even then, try and delay it, at least 10 minutes or something. Just don't make it just so impulsive that you have to check it right away. So how do we reset and unplug naturally and sort of get back into a natural rhythm? Well, maybe consider setting a screen time curfew. I know I do. If I work on my computer right up until I go to bed, that is a recipe for disaster, because my brain is so engaged. So I know some people think, well, it'll go into problem-solving mode while you dream, but that's not the norm. So I would really think twice about that. So start with 30 to 60 minutes of no screen time before bed. And use that time productively, in a way that's going to really serve you and make bedtime easier. So stretch, journal, meditate, do deep breathing, any of those things that you might have set up for your nighttime routine. And, I have an extensive nighttime routine because of my extremely creative brain. And of course, that's going to involve oils. So I don't think it's probably a surprise to anyone who knows anything about oils, but lavender is a favorite for nighttime. So it calms the nervous system, which supports the melatonin. So try lavender at night. It is in the Serenity blend, so you're covered there. And then another great oil, and you've heard me talk about it, is vetiver. And I would add cedarwood as well, but vetiver for sure. And it helps slow down your mind, and then it also grounds you. So vetiver, and if you didn't know, when bottles have these droppers on them, that's a sign that I use them a lot, because that controls the counting of the drops. Because every oil, unless it's synthetic and diluted beyond what it should be, every oil has a different weight to it. So vetiver is so thick, when I first got a bottle of it, I thought there was something wrong with it, because it's like molasses. I mean, it is super, super thick. And that's another reason you want a dropper. And I just get them off Amazon. But it is so thick. And so you definitely don't want to be trying to pour that into a diffuser, because it'll be a blob. So just a tip. And then another great oil for nighttime for calming everything down is frankincense. This king of oils, it's grounding, it's clarifying for the brain, but it also boosts whatever properties the oils have that are with it. So if you combine it with lavender, you're going to have even more support for your nervous system. If you combine it with your vetiver or cedarwood, you're going to have even more support to calm down that brain that's going so fast. So I love these 3 oils so much. You can create your own combinations. You can do, one suggestion is 2 drops of lavender, 2 drops of vetiver, and then 1 drop of frankincense. Mainly because frankincense is a very, to me anyway, a very strong uh, aroma. So I I prefer that too. But if you want it stronger, go for it. Um, but I usually add more vetiver and cedarwood because the brain really needs some help. In my case, my body's pretty okay at night. If, I'm physically tired, so that's not an issue. It's the brain that I have to focus on. But everyone is different. So if you got some legs that are moving around, or you can't relax your shoulders or something like that, then maybe add more lavender. And if you don't diffuse, you can make a roller of it and put that on your pulse points, anywhere where you can smell it. You want to be able to smell it. So some other tech-free kind of things to cue your body. Dim the lights. I have to set timers for everything because I'm busy and forgetful. So I have a timer for when to turn the computer off at night, and all different things. So maybe set a time for when you're going to turn off your screens, or you have a specific time when you're going to start diffusing the oils. Another thing you can do with the oils is use these, create a signature blend, or pick just one that you really love, and that alone can be what they call an anchor to the cues for your body. So an anchoring scent or aroma for your nighttime, signaling your body and mind that it's time to wind down. If you do it consistently at the same time every night, then when you just get a whiff of that oil or that blend of oils, or even just getting the bottles out and getting them ready, or whatever your routine is, that is signaling your body, okay, it's time to wind down. Once you go around the house turning the lights down, making it darker, that's a cue to your body that it's time to calm down, to get ready for bed. So another non-oil kind of support is deep breathing. Another favorite, especially a lot of people sit a lot and their backs need some support. So you can lay on your back with your behind up against the wall, put your legs up on the wall, and that really gives your back a break, and just feels pretty good. And you can't do anything else. You're just you're laying there, and that's another time where you can meditate, do deep breathing, or listen to a guided meditation. Again, if you need some suggestions, I've got many because I've been doing this for a very long time. I do have favorites. But if you do these things consistently, your body's going to see those as signals. And it's a good news, bad news, because if you're traveling and don't have any privacy, and maybe you can't do your ritual the whole thing, it's sometimes a little unsettling. It's a little harder to get to sleep because you're skipping those steps, but it's all good. So just to sort of make a clear point, sleep isn't just something that happens at bedtime. We are actually priming our body for it throughout the day, but then also especially the hours leading up to bedtime. So of course screens are a part of our life. There's positive things about it, absolutely, but they don't have to steal our rest, and we need to be very protective of our rest. I've said before on these videos, at night your brain acts like a dishwasher, and it is flushing out all the the plaque, the chemicals, just stuff that is not good for your brain. So, and then the rest of your body heals as well. But when you do not get that good, deep, and REM sleep, you are depriving your body of healing. And that can just be very devastating if it keeps adding up. And the experts say you cannot think of sleep as like a bank account. You cannot make withdrawals, through the week and then catch up on the weekends. That is not the best way to approach your health, especially your brain health. It just, you're deprived, and you're going to suffer that consequence. So be very, very aware that how important this is, that you prime your brain, your body, that it's time to start winding down, and so that you can get that good night's sleep. If you need help creating a nighttime routine, that's my thing. It's what got me into the oils. It's what got me off a medication. Was creating not just the routine with the oils, but the rituals, the lifestyle stuff. So I would be happy to help you with that. Just put in the comments sleep, and I'll reach out to you. If you're needing help with your metabolism, if it's sluggish, and it will be probably if you're having stress and sleep issues, because those two things directly affect your metabolism. And the older we get, especially us ladies, our metabolism can slow down and be affected like that. So we can no longer exercise our way out of belly fat or weight. That's extremely hard to do the older you get. So, and that's not the best way to approach health anyway, but let's face it, most of us have done that. So let's just try to get these habits in place. And if you would like some help with the metabolism, I have a free ultimate guide to boost metabolism in 5 days. Simple things to do. And I would love to share that with you. So put Boost in the comments if you'd like that free guide. So thank you for joining me. And I would love to know a takeaway in the comments, anything you might have learned through this video, because that's my whole goal, is to share knowledge and hopefully help you with your new habits and better sleep and less stress. We're always going to have stress, but we can learn to manage it. So if I can learn how to manage worry, anyone can. And if I can learn how to quiet this amazing creative brain, anyone can. So, or at least I'll help you, and we'll give it the best shot possible. So till next time, choose you, choose natural, choose now.